Okay, our intended learning outcomes for this module is that at the end of the module, the student must be able to first solve sample problems regarding doubly reinforced section. So as I've said, we are now going to consider uh, reinforcement in the compression side. So we are going to solve doubly reinforced, and of course, at the end of this module, you should be able to learn the concept or the principle behind doubly reinforced section. We are also going to learn the principles of shear failure in beams. We're going to learn why shear failure is more dangerous than flexure failure. And lastly, we are going to design the beam to avoid shear failure. When we are designing the beam to avoid shear failure, we are going to design the spacing of stirrups. We are going to design the spacing of stirrups. Okay, so now let's talk about doubly reinforced beams. Doubly reinforced beams are those beams that has reinforcement on the compression side. And why do we need to provide reinforcement in the compression side? That is because our concrete is not enough to provide the necessary compression force in order to counteract the tension. So what we learned so far is that we have compression and tension in our beam. We have compression is equal to tension, right? When we are solving a singly reinforced section, we always start our calculation by saying compression force is equal to tension force. However, if we increase our tension force, it will result into a corresponding increase in compression force because we are saying na equal po si compression sa si tension. So if compression is equal to tension and the tension increases, compression must also increase. The compression must also increase. So both of them must increase. However, if you are going to look at the formula for compression force is 0.85 FC prime, which is the stress, multiplied by AB. If we want to increase the compression force, we are already considering the maximum stress, which is 0.85 FC prime. So in order to increase our force, what we need to do is to increase the area. Increase the area. However, if we cannot increase the area anymore, kapag hindi na po natin kayang pataisin pa sa area because maybe we have some architectural requirement that we need to follow, we cannot increase the area anymore. So our solution is to add reinforcement on top of our beam. That reinforcement will provide the necessary compression force in order to counteract the tension. No? So, first of all, the question that we are going to answer is that why do we need compression bars? Why do we need compression bars? So, bakit po natin kailangan ng compression bars? That is because our concrete is not enough to provide the necessary compression force that can counteract the tension. So, why do we have so much tension? Bakit po tayo nagkaroon ng sobrang laking tension? That is because we add a lot of reinforcement in the tension side that your concrete cannot support or cannot provide the necessary compression force in order to counteract that amount of reinforcement. What we learn in singly reinforced design, is that when your AS is greater than AS max, we are actually designing as DRB, right? Design as DRB, double reinforced beam. That is again because you have too much reinforcement at the tension side that your concrete cannot provide the necessary compression force anymore. Kaya po kailangan natin ng compression steel. And what's good about steel is that steel is good in both tension and compression. Maganda po si steel sa both, or malakas si steel in both compression and tension, such that if you have if you need compression, we can also provide what we call compression bars. Okay? What we call compression bars. So again, we need to provide compression bars in order to provide the necessary compression force to counteract the tension, because our AS is greater than AS max. Our AS, sumobra po tayo sa AS max. And we need to provide reinforcement on the compression side to counteract the tension. No? Need to provide reinforcement. Need to provide reinforcement on the compression side to counteract the tension. Okay, let us recall on singly reinforced beam. Recall po natin on SRB. Recall po natin on SRB that what is our maximum what is our maximum steel ratio for singly reinforced condition? Maximum steel ratio for singly reinforced condition, Romax. I will give the first part, 0.85 FC prime beta over Fy. What is the factor here? Ano po yung factor natin? What is the factor for Romax? That will be 3 over 7. That is 3 over 7. And this maximum condition, this maximum steel ratio for a singly reinforced beam is taken at a corresponding strain of what? It's taken as at a corresponding strain of 0.004. That is correct. It is taken at a corresponding strain of 0.004. It is taken at a corresponding strain of 0.004. However, we also have another row. We also have another row, which is what we call the row 5. That row 5 is taken as 0.85 FC prime beta 1 over Fy. What is the factor for row 5? It is 3 over 8. And what is row 5? Can you give me an explanation on what is row 5? What is row 5? That is the maximum steel ratio for a tension controlled condition, no? So that means we can say that this row 5 is the maximum amount of reinforcement, for an SRB, for a singly reinforced beam with tension controlled condition. Okay, so if we are going to use row 5, what is the phi factor in this case? What is the phi factor? 0.9. However, if we are going to use the Romax, the 3 over 7, is that 0.9? Is the phi factor for Romax 0.9? No. Because it is in transition. Tama? This is transition, failure, transition. That's in transition. So I would like to recall that because our concept will rely on that later. No? So now let's go to the design approach in doubly reinforced beam. We are now going to first talk about regarding design approach. No? When we say design approach, we are calculating the number of bars. It's different from analysis because for analysis, we are just calculating the capacity. No? So first of all, let's consider the design approach. For the design approach, we need to calculate the number of reinforcement on the tension side and the number of reinforcement on the compression side. So first we have reinforcement on the tension side. These are the reinforcement of at the tension side, and we will denote that as AS. That is AS. On the compression side, we also have reinforcement on the compression side, and we will denote that as AS prime. AS prime. So we have AS and AS prime. So in order to design doubly reinforced, what we are going to do is to consider two types of section. We are going to consider two types of section. The first one is we're going to say section 1. The second is section 2. Section 1 and section 2. For the section 1, we are going to provide what we call AS1. This is AS1. And that AS1 will be based on the maximum amount of reinforcement for a tension-controlled condition. So that AS1 will actually depend on rho 5. Rho 5. So that is the maximum amount of reinforcement for a tension-controlled condition. That is what we are going to put for our section 1. And since it is rho 5, it is the maximum amount for a singly reinforced beam. So our section 1 is actually SRB. Our section 1 is singly reinforced beam with a tension-controlled condition. No? So for section 1, we have AS1, which is based on the maximum amount of reinforcement for tension-controlled condition. And on the compression side, it will be counteracted by your concrete. It will be counteracted by the compression side. So we have compression due to concrete at the top, and we have tension 1 at the bottom, T1. Okay? So plus, we have the section 2. The section 2 is the excess moment. Is the excess moment that cannot be carried by your singly reinforced beam. Ito po yung sumobrang moment na hindi na kayang dalhin ni singly reinforced beam. So ang tawag po dito, this is coming from your excess moment. That is the excess moment that cannot be carried. Hindi na kayang dalhin nung singly reinforced beam mo, the section 1. So you have that excess moment, and it will have a corresponding compression bars. It will have a corresponding compression bars because you don't have concrete anymore. Nagamit na po yung concrete sa section 1. Hindi mo pwedeng ulitin yung ginamit mo na sa section 1 because pag-aadin po natin sila. Kapag inulit mo yung concrete, magiging redundant. Madodoble po yung concrete, tama? So the compression that will counteract the excess moment is coming from your compression steel. So it will be coming from your compression steel, CS. And that compression steel will be counteracted by the additional tension reinforcement. Meron po tayong additional tension reinforcement, that is AS2. AS2. So if we're going to look at it, we have two types of section, and that this AS2 will have T2. We'll have two types, two sections, section 1 and section 2. The section 1 is coming from the maximum reinforcement based on a tension controlled condition, plus section 2 that is coming from the excess moment, yung excess moment na hindi na kayang dalhin ng section 1. We will provide additional compression steel for the compression, and we have an additional tension steel at the bottom, no? So we have section 1 and section 2. If we're going to add them, it will form our doubly reinforced section. So ang ginawa lang po natin, the doubly reinforced section, pinaghiwalay natin, no? Section 1 is the maximum SRB condition for tension controlled condition, and section 2 is the additional reinforcement that we are going to provide because the compression cannot handle the additional bars anymore. So maglalagay tayo ng compression steel. So the question that is mostly being asked by the student is, Sir, bakit yung Raw 5 yung ginamit, hindi yung Raw Max? Because as I remember, when we are discussing singly reinforced beam, we say that Raw Max is 3/7. Hindi naman po 3/8. Bakit po yung 3/8 yung ginamit, hindi yung 3/7? The answer is because if you are going to use Raw 5, your phi factor will be surely 0.9. And as much as possible, we want a tension controlled condition because tension controlled condition is surely ductile. So if we're going to use Raw 5, we are sure that our section is tension controlled condition. On the other hand, if you are going to increase the reinforcement and use Raw Max, anywhere between these two, kapag po sumobra tayo sa Raw 5, anywhere between Raw 5 and Raw Max, this is tension controlled. This will be tension controlled. This will be transition. So between Raw 5 and Raw Max, this will be transition. So magiging siyang transition. And we don't want transition because it will lessen the capacity of our section. So what we are doing is that we stick to tension controlled condition. We are limiting our maximum reinforcement on section 1 based on a tension controlled condition. So that is Raw 5. And then the excess moment that needs to be carried by your doubly reinforced section will be provided by your CS, will be provided by your compression steel and your additional tension steel. Okay? So there's a lot of concept that you need to remember. Let's summarize what I've said so far. Summarize po natin in just one slide, no? So let's summarize. This is the design as DRB. Design as doubly reinforced beam. So we have design as DRB. So again, repeating what I said, you need to be familiar with this concept, no? So you have AS at the bottom and you have AS prime at the top. So what we are going to do is to divide them into two types of section. The first section will be the maximum single reinforced beam for a tension controlled condition, and we are going to provide that AS1. So ipo-provide po natin AS1, and this AS1 will be based on what we called Raw 5. That Raw 5 is your max amount of reinforcement for a tension controlled condition. For a tension controlled condition. Okay, so that is the maximum amount of reinforcement for a tension controlled condition. So that AS1 will be counteracted by your compression. It will be counteracted by your compression due to concrete or compression block as we call it. And it will have a depth of A. Compression block or compression due to concrete is acting at the center of the compression block. And we have tension at the bottom, which is T1. The distance between the compression due to concrete and T1, that will be D minus A over 2. Okay? D minus A over 2. And this is actually our singly reinforced beam, SRB. And this is SRB and tension controlled condition. That is SRB and at the same time tension controlled condition. And then we are going to add additional compression steel because our concrete cannot handle the compression anymore. So in double reinforced, gusto mo pang maglagay ng tension bars. So maglalagay ka pa ng tension bars which is AS2. However, our concrete cannot provide the necessary compression force anymore. Hindi na po kaya ng ating concrete. That is why we are adding what we call AS prime. So AS prime is your compression steel. So your compression steel will have a corresponding force of CS, and then this will have a corresponding tension of T2. So the distance between the two forces will have D minus D prime. Okay. So looking at section 1, section 1 will produce a moment, magpo-produce po yan ng moment due to the compression in concrete and the tension at the bottom, AS1, it will have a corresponding moment equal to MN1. Magpo-form po yan ng moment. Because of the couple, tama? Because of the couple, it will form a moment MN1. And then section 2 will also form a moment because of the couple. It will form another moment MN2. So if we are talking about the nominal capacity, if we are taking the nominal capacity of the doubly reinforced section, Mn, that is equal to Mn1 plus Mn2. Saan po galing yung Mn1? That is coming from moment from CC and AS1. Mn2, that is the moment from CS and AS2. So moment from CC and T1 and moment from CS and T2. If you add the two moment, then you will have the total nominal moment capacity of the doubly reinforced beam. Okay? Again, Mn1 is coming from your couple. That is the couple of concrete and AS1. Mn2 will be the couple of compression bars. And AS2, additional tension bars. So yeah, that is the concept of doubly reinforced. And take note that for section 2, we are not considering the concrete anymore, no? We are not considering the concrete. Because yung concrete natin, nagamit na natin sa section 1. Pag-a-addin mo sila, hindi po pwedeng maging redundant, no? We are not considering the concrete. Again, simplifying, this is your max for SRB. The first one will be max for SRB with tension controlled condition. And whatever is the excess moment, excess from SRB, it will be carried by your compression reinforcement. Whatever is the excess from your singly reinforced beam, it will be carried by your tension or compression reinforcement. So far, are we clear with the concept of DRB? Are we clear? Do we understand po? We get the maximum for SRB. Whatever is the excess, kung ano man yung sumobra doon, it will be carried by your compression steel. It will be carried by compression steel. Because your concrete cannot carry it anymore. Hindi na kaya ni concrete. So, tulong yung compression steel. So, that is the main concept of our doubly reinforced beam. Okay? So, how do we calculate the reinforcement? How do we calculate the reinforcement for doubly reinforced design? You already know na meron po tayong two sections that we are considering. So, let me just draw it here. So, again, coming from AS and AS prime, we are going to consider two sections with compression, and that is AS1. plus another section with AS2 and AS prime. So this is section 1 and section 2. Section 1, section 2. So the first step is to solve for for AS1 coming from tension controlled condition. So to solve for AS1, we already know that for tension controlled condition, the maximum strain or the minimum strain that we can consider is 0.005. Tama? 0.005. And we learned on our discussion from singly reinforced that if we are if we considering a strain of 0.005, your C5, your depth of neutral axis is taken as 3/8 of D. Saan na nga po galing yung 3/8 of D? Saan po galing yung 3/8 of D? Based on our discussion in singly reinforced. Marian Azares. Marian Azares. Client Bero. Azares. Absent po. Client Bero. Where do we get the 3/8D? Saan po natin nakuha yung relationship na yan? Where do we get that relationship? Let me give you a hint. It is coming from this type of diagram. Similar triangle. What is this diagram? Ano po yung diagram na yan? With 0.003 and this is 0.005. That is coming from stress. It's not stress. It's only the strain diagram, strain compatibility. Ang tawag po nun. Strain compatibility. So this is your C5. If your strain is equal to 0.0, if your strain on steel is equal to 0.005, then you can calculate for C5. At exact strain of 0.005, your depth of neutral axis is 3/8 of D. You can get that by similar triangle or ratio and proportion. Okay. So if you calculate your C5, you can now calculate for A5. You can calculate for the depth A using a similar equation. A is equal to beta C. No. Then we are going to equate compression is equal tension. After you equate your compression is equal to tension, you can now calculate for AS1. You can now calculate for AS1. And so far, what is AS1 na nga po? What is AS1? What is AS1? Mr. How about Mr. Arnold Bondok? What is AS1 na nga po? What is AS1? Saan na nga po base yung AS1? What is AS1? Leeward Fernandez. Leeward Fernandez. What is AS1? Leeward Fernandez. Maximum area for what condition? For tension controlled po. That is correct. This is your max area for a tension controlled condition. For an SRB, this is the maximum area for an SRB with the tension controlled condition. which is the maximum area for SRB with tension controlled condition. So you can calculate it that way using compression is equal to tension. You can also use our second solution. Second solution will be using rho 5. Calculate rho 5, which is equal to 0.85 FC prime beta 1 over Fy multiplied by 3 over 8. Then after you calculate for rho 5, you can calculate for AS1 as equal to rho 5 BD. So that is another solution. Then after you calculate for AS1, you can now calculate for the capacity of section 1. You can calculate for the capacity of section 1. That is just a simple, this is our capacity of section 1. And we know how to calculate the capacity when it comes to singular reinforced section. We have the compression force, and then multiply by d minus a over 2, the distance. That is d minus a over 2. Okay? So after you calculate for the capacity of section 1, you already have the maximum capacity that can be carried by a singly reinforced beam. So you can find the excess. Ano kaya yung sumobra sa moment mo na kailangang dalhin ng compression bars? So you need to find the excess moment. And in calculating the excess moment, you know that your maximum moment will be resisted by two types of section, section 1 and section 2. And that is composed of two nominal moment, Mn1 plus Mn2. So your maximum moment will be resisted by two nominal moment. Mn1, the nominal moment of section 1, plus Mn2, the nominal moment of section 2. You have a given Mmax because remember in the design approach, kapag po sa design approach, is the moment given? Is the moment for design given kapag po design approach? It's a simple yes or no. Kapag po design approach, is the moment given? Yes po, tama? Yes. If we are in a design approach, you have a given moment. So we have a given Mmax. You also calculated for the value of Mn1. So based on that, we can now calculate for the value of Mn2. We can now calculate for the value of Mn2. And that is equal to Mmax over phi minus Mn1. So Mmax over phi minus Mn1, this is now your excess. So excess moment to be supported by the compression bars. So yan po yung sumobra, no? So excess moment to be supported by the compression bars. So again, after you calculate for Mn2, you already have the given Mn2. Mn2 is given. You have the given Fy. You have the given D and D prime. So you can now calculate for AS2. You can now calculate for AS2. So after you calculate for AS2, you can now solve for the total amount of reinforcement on the tension side. And the total amount of reinforcement in the tension side will be AS1, the tension in section 1, the area of tension bars in section 1, plus AS2, the area of tension reinforcement in section 2. So this is the total amount of reinforcement. Total amount of reinforcement on the tension side. That is the total amount of reinforcement on the tension side. So again, you calculate for the capacity of section 1 based on the maximum SRB with tension controlled condition. You get the excess moment to be supported by the compression bars. You can now calculate for AS2, the additional tension reinforcement required for the additional compression bars. And then your AS will be equal to AS1 plus AS2, total amount of reinforcement on the tension side. And to calculate for the amount of compression bars, the first step will be check the strain of the compression bars. I-check po natin yung strain ng compression bars by using a simple formula. Fs prime is equal to 600 multiplied by C minus D prime over C. So if yielding, then Fs prime will be equal to Fy. Fs prime will be equal to Fy, and Mn2 is equal to As prime Fy minus 0.85 Fc prime. This is actually your CS, or your compression steel, compression in the compression steel, compression force, stress multiplied by area. So later you will learn kung bakit po may minus na 0.85 Fc prime yan. Multiply by the lever arm, D minus D prime. So using this equation, since Mn2 is given, you have Mn2, you have Fy, you have Fc prime, you have D prime. You can now calculate for As prime. Calculate for As prime. You can now solve for the amount of compression reinforcement. You can now solve for the amount of compression reinforcement. If not yielding, then your use Fs prime. If your bars is not yielding, then you use your Fs prime that you calculated from strain. Then whatever is this value, you plug it in here. So you plug it in here. So As prime multiplied by Fs prime minus 0.85 Fc prime, D minus D prime. Again, you can solve for As prime. You can calculate for As prime. So solving this As prime, that is the amount of compression reinforcement. Amount of compression reinforcement. That is the amount of compression reinforcement. So if you have As prime and As, then you already design your section. So the last step will be to calculate or check the capacity after combining the reinforcement. And this checking for capacity is what is our analysis approach. So after you have the tension bars and the compression bars, you can calculate the capacity again by using analysis approach. So now let's talk about how to analyze doubly reinforced beam. So how do we analyze doubly reinforced beam? So how to analyze DRB? So earlier, what we discussed is how to design. Paano po i-calculate si AS saka si AS prime. Now, how to analyze doubly reinforced beam? How to analyze doubly reinforced beam is that if you have a doubly reinforced beam, that means you have tension at the bottom, AS, and you also have compression steel, AS prime. So, of course, you will have your compression block. This is our compression block. So, compression block of A, and this is at the depth of D. And our AS prime is located at the depth of D prime. No? It's located at the depth of D prime. So, we have our tension at the bottom. We have a compression due to concrete, CC, and then we have a compression due to steel, CS. Compression due to steel, CS. So, first we equate compression is equal to tension. Compression is equal to tension. The compression is now two parts. Dalawa na po yung compression natin. We have compression due to concrete plus compression due to steel. is equal to tension. Assuming yielding, we can expound the equation to 0.85 Fc prime AB. The area of the concrete, what's the area of the concrete? A multiplied by B. A multiplied by B. However, recall nyo po nung pinag-uusapan natin yung working stress design in doubly reinforced ng working strength design or working stress design. Is that the area of the concrete? Is that the area of the concrete? Is that the proper area of concrete? Why is it no? Bakit po no? Because bakit po no? Is that the area of the concrete? Because may madi-displace pa pong concrete due to compression steel. That is correct. Because the concrete, we need to consider that there is a concrete area displaced by compression steel. So meron pong natanggal na area because of the butas. Because binutas mo yung concrete mo, merong nawalang area doon. So there is a concrete area displaced by compression steel. So we need to deduct what is the area that we are going to minus here. Ano po yung area ng compression steel? AS prime. We need to deduct AS prime plus consider AS prime, that will be AS prime Fy is equal to tension, which is AS Fy. Okay, AS Fy. Simplifying the equation, we have 0.85 Fc prime multiplied by AB minus 0.85 Fc prime multiplied by AS prime plus AS prime Fy is equal to AS Fy. Combining AS prime, pagsamahin po natin yung dalawang AS prime. So we have 0.85 of Fc prime AB plus AS prime multiply by that will be Fy minus 0.85 of Fc prime is equal to AS Fy. AS Fy. So this is now our equation, and coming from this equation, we can now solve for A. You can now solve for A, no? Coming from that equation, you can now solve for A. So that is why we have a minus 0.85 Fc prime in all of our compression steel calculation. So you will notice na lahat po ng formula natin ng compression steel force, the force of the compression steel, lagi po tayong may minus 0.85 Fc prime. So going back to our design here, this part, 0.85 Fc prime, is actually provided to consider the concrete displaced by the compression steel. By compression steel. Or in simple terms, that is to consider the whole. Para po i-consider natin yung butas. Okay? That minus 0.85 Fc prime is provided in order for us to consider the whole of the reinforcement. Okay, so after we solve for A, what is the usual next step in analysis? What is the usual next step in analysis po after you solve for A? After you solve for A, what is the usual next step? Based on what we learned in singular reinforced. You solve for C, then check if still yields. So that is correct, no? So the next step will be to check if still, we need to check if still yields. However, this time, we have two steel. We have compression and tension steel. So for tension bars po muna, for tension bars, we need to check for Fs. So Fs can be checked as equal to 600 D minus C over C. On the other hand, for compression bars, for compression bars, we are going to consider again the strain diagram. Or the strain diagram is also called strain compatibility. Strain compatibility, no? So this is our neutral axis. That is our neutral axis. And this is the depth C. And this is your strain in strain ES. This is 0.003. This is ES prime. This is ES, no? ES prime is the strain in compression steel. And the depth of the compression steel is D prime. D prime. So taking the ratio, that will be 0.003 over C is equal to strain S, still strain of our compression steel, ES prime, over, that will be C minus D prime. Solving for ES prime, that is equal to 0.003 multiplied by C minus D prime over C. So that's how you calculate for the strain in compression steel. And to calculate for Fs prime, the stress in compression steel, you just multiply it with 200,000 megapascal. You will have 600 C minus D prime over C. Okay? 600 C minus D prime over C. So if not yield, what if your section is not yielding? What is the next step? If not yield, kapag hindi po nag-yield, what are we going to do? What is the usual thing that we are doing in singly reinforced beam? Not yield, resolve for A. What we are going to do is to substitute this to Fy. We are going to change this value right here. We substitute that. We substitute the whole term, and then we are going to resolve for A. Recalculate the value of A. If not yield, okay, you substitute the whole term into the equation, or recompute or recalculate for A. Then after you check, after all your assumption is correct, we are now ready to calculate the capacity. To calculate the capacity, you have you go back to your section, the section that you're analyzing. So you have AS, and then you have AS prime. You have the compression block. This is compression block A. You have the compression in concrete. You have the compression in steel. You have the tension. This will be, we are going to set this as our axis of rotation. This will be our axis of rotation. And remember, if you have three or more forces in your beam, then what you can do is to take the moment at the axis of rotation to calculate for the capacity, no? So the distance from the compression of concrete to the tension steel, that is D minus A over 2. And the distance coming from the compression steel to the tension steel, that is D minus D prime. So to calculate for the nominal moment, that will be equal to compression in concrete multiplied by D minus A over 2 plus compression in steel, D minus D prime. Substituting the values, that will be compression in concrete, 0.85 of FC prime, AB, multiplied by D minus A over 2, plus compression in steel, that is AS prime, multiplied by Fy. Take note, you need to deduct 0.85 FC prime to consider the compression, to consider the whole, minus 0.85 FC prime, multiplied by the distance, that is D minus D prime. So this will be your formula for your nominal capacity. For your nominal capacity. Any questions so far? So I have a question here, sir. Sir, yung FY lang po ba sa left side yung papalitan pag di po nag-yield yung steel? If hindi nag-yield yung tension bars mo, papalitan mo rin yon. If hindi nag-yield si tension bars, kung sino po yung hindi nag-yield, palitan mo. If hindi nag-yield si tension bars, palitan mo rin. If nag-yield si tension bars, hindi nag-yield si compression bars, palitan mo lang si compression bars. Kung sino lang po yung hindi nag-yield, yun yung papalitan mo. Okay? Kung sino lang po yung hindi nag-yield, yun yung papalitan. Okay, that's how we calculate for the nominal moment. And then to calculate for the ultimate moment, the phi factor will be the same as singly reinforced. It will be the same as singly reinforced. So far, do we understand the concept of doubly reinforced? Naintindihan po ba? Naintindihan po yung concept ng doubly reinforced beam? So let's try to answer some sample problem. Determine the theoretical areas required for a tension of a rectangular section with width of B 350 millimeters and effective depth 700 millimeters under a factored moment of, so you have a given factored moment 1500 kilonewton meter. If the compression steel is required, it will be placed 70 millimeter from the compression fiber of concrete. Use FC prime 28 megapascal and FY 420 megapascal. So first of all, let's analyze our problem, no? Just to recall the concept that we discussed. We have, this is a design approach problem. This is a design problem. So we have our section with a corresponding AS, and then we have AS prime. So the effective depth or the depth of the compression block is 70. Or the depth of the compression steel, the depth of the compression steel is 70 millimeters. So that is D prime. And then the effective depth of AS is 700. The width of the section is 350. Okay, so this will be transformed into two types of section. The first section will be the maximum SRB for tension controlled condition. This is the maximum SRB for tension controlled condition. So this is at the depth A, we have a compression here, compression due to concrete. And then we have AS. This will be AS1. And we have a tension here that will be tension 1. And this is your max SRB for, and also tension control. And then we are going to add this to a corresponding additional, we are going to provide additional reinforcement. This one, we have AS2, and the compression that will counteract AS2 will be dependent on your compression bars. So we have AS prime. So we have here CS, and this is T2. And the first section will have a corresponding nominal moment Mn1. The second section will have a corresponding nominal moment of Mn2. Okay? So Mn1 plus Mn2, that is our total capacity. Ang dadalhin po nun is yung 1,500 na naka-apply sa section natin. 1,500 kilonewton meter. Okay, this is for our excess moment. So the first thing to do here is to determine AS1. Calculate AS1. We can calculate AS1 by using the rho 5. We have rho 5. Rho 5 is equal to 0.85 of FC prime beta 1 over Fy multiplied by 3 over 8. That is 0.85 of FC prime. That is 28 multiplied by beta 1, 0.85 divided by Fy, 420 multiplied by 3 over 8. What's the rho? Do not round off. Huwag po kayo mag-round off. Also, all of you should calculate now. No? Dapat po nagka-calculate na kayo. Hold on to your calculator and calculate with me. Timothy. So this is 0.0180625. 0.0180625. Okay? So now that we calculated rho 5, we can calculate AS1. We can now calculate AS1. We have AS1. AS1 will be equal to rho 5 BD. So AS1 is equal to rho 5. I'm just going to write it here. Rho 5 is 0.0180625 multiplied by the width, that is 350, multiplied by the depth, 700. So what is AS1? 4425.3125. 4425.3125 millimeters squared. So we can now calculate for the capacity. This is just an analysis approach. Analysis approach na lang po ito. We have AS1 and then we have a singly reinforced beam with the depth of A. This is 350 and this is 700. So this is just an analysis approach. Meron po tayong compression due to concrete and meron tayong T1. Okay? So equating compression due to concrete is equal to T1. That will be 0.85 of FC prime AB is equal to AS1 Fy. So substituting the values, we have 0.85 of FC prime, which is in this case 28. We don't know A. B is 350. AS1 is 4425.3125. 4425.3125 multiplied by Fy, that is 420. Calculating for A, 223.125 millimeters, 223.125 millimeters. Then we can now calculate for C, that is A over beta 1, 223.125 over beta 1, which is 0.85, 262.5. In terms of analysis, the next step is to actually check for our stress. Tama? However, in this in section 1, if we are going to calculate for the stress, let's try to calculate. First, let's calculate for the strain. 0.0003 multiplied by the effective depth is 700 minus 262.5 over 262.5. This is equal to, what's the value? 0.005, because we are considering the maximum still area for a tension controlled condition. So we are expecting an exact 0.005 value. Tama? We are expecting an exact value. And also for Fs, that is 600 D minus C over C. If we calculate for Fs, that is equal to 1,000 megapascal. So as you can see, it is always yielding. if you are considering a tension-controlled section and the steel bars are always yielding, the steel bars are surely yielding. So I'm going to note here, calculating for strain S and Fs in this condition for the section 1 is not required. It's not required since for strain S equal to 0.005, the tension or the bars are surely yielding. The bars are surely yielding. Sigurado po na mag-yield sila. Okay? The bars are surely yielding. Okay, so again, you don't have to calculate ES and FS actually. Pinakita ko lang po that they are surely yield. Pinakita ko lang yan. So we can now calculate for MN1, the nominal capacity of section 1. MN1 will be compression or tension multiplied by the distance between the two forces, that is D minus A over 2. D minus A over 2. So I'm just going to use compression, that is 0.85 of Fc prime AB multiplied by D minus A over 2. So substituting the value, Mn1, that is 0.85 of 28. Value of A is 223.125. B is 350. Effective depth is 700 minus 223.125 over 2. What is our Mn1? What is Mn1? We have 1093.69. 1093.69 kilonewton meter. And as you can see, we are designing for a moment of 1,500. However, the maximum capacity for singly reinforced section that we have is only 1,093. So ibig sabihin may sobra. May sumobra po. So that excess will be counteracted or it will be resisted by your compression bars. Kasi nga po may sumobra. Okay? May sumobra. So if we're going to analyze it, this is our section with 1,500, no? We have an applied moment of 1,500. And what we did is we divide it into two types of section. We have the first type, which has depth of A, compression of concrete, tension in steel. This is AS1. Tension in steel, T1. Plus another section with AS2. This is T2. This is compression in steel. The distance between the two is D minus A over 2, and this is D minus D prime. D minus D prime. Okay, so the first section will form a moment equals to Mn1. The second section will form a moment equals to Mn2. So our Mu, which will be resisted by Mn1 plus Mn2, we can now calculate for the excess moment. By using this equation, we can calculate for the excess moment to be resisted by compression bars. The excess moment to be resisted by compression bars. So substituting the values that we have for MU, that is 1,500 equals phi. This is 0.9 because as you can see, we are designing for a tension controlled condition. Nagde-design po tayo ng tension controlled condition. That is why it is 0.9. So 0.9 multiplied by 1093.69 plus Mn2. Calculating for Mn2, what's the value of Mn2? 572.98 kilonewton meter. Okay? 572.98 kilonewton meter. So as you can see, since you have an excess moment, that means you need to design as DRB. Design as doubly reinforced beam. Okay. So I will give you a what if consideration. So what if your MU is less than phi Mn1? What if your MU is less than phi Mn1? What is your conclusion? Based on what we discussed, your section 1 can already carry your applied ultimate moment. Again, section 1 can already carry the applied ultimate moment. If MU is less than phi Mn1, is James Patrick my only student? Is this my only student? How about the others? Ninyo Mark, Sabote, Hansel, Rabino, Mark Lindon, Pineda. Okay, so you can now design as SRB. Design as singly reinforced beam. So kapag po yung MU nyo, yung maximum applied moment is less than the capacity of only section 1, Mn1, then you can just consider singly reinforced beam. Only consider singly reinforced beam. Okay? So now let's consider the second section. Let's consider the second section. So meron po tayo ditong consider natin yung second section. So we have AS2 and this will be AS prime. AS2 and AS prime. So we have CS, compression steel. This is T2. The distance between the two will be D minus D prime. D minus D prime because this is D prime. The D prime is actually 70. This is 70 and this is 700. 70 and 700. So what we can do is that we have Mn2. Mn2, nominal na po ito, no? So you don't need to add a phi factor. Mn2 is equal to AS2 Fy multiplied by D minus D prime. The force multiplied by the distance. Force multiplied by distance. So we have Mn2. We have the value of Mn2. That is 572.98. Multiplied by times 10 raised to 6 to make it Newton millimeter. And then AS2, that is unknown. We don't know AS2. Fy will be 420 multiplied by D, that is 700 minus 70. Take note that Fy is surely yielding. Surely yielding because since tension controlled, no? Since tension controlled. So given from this equation, you can now solve AS2. What is AS2? 2165.46. And then after calculating for AS2, you can now calculate for the total tension reinforcement, that is AS1 plus AS2. AS1 is 4425.3125 plus 2165.46. What is our total tension reinforcement? 6590.77. So this is the total tension reinforcement. That is the total tension reinforcement. And then you can now solve for the compression steel. You can now solve for the compression steel. Again, going back to our section 2, we have AS2. This is AS prime, AS2 and AS prime. We have CS on top, CS, and this is T2. So CS and T2. So we can equate CS is equal to T2. CS is equal to T2. However, we need to make sure we need to check if our compression steel is yielding or not. We need to check if our compression steel is yielding or not. So calculating for Fs prime, that is 600 C minus D prime over C. So Fs prime will be equal to 600. What is the value of C? 262.5 minus 70 over 262.5. What is our Fs prime? 440. So 440 is greater than 420, so this is yield. Yield. Okay? So now let's equate CS is equal to T2. So CS is AS prime multiplied by Fy. Take note, you need to deduct 0.85 of Fc prime to consider the whole, is equal to T2, that is AS2 Fy. Okay? Substituting the values, we have AS prime. Fy is 420 minus 0.85 of 28 is equal to AS2. We have AS2, 2165.46 multiplied by Fy, 420. What is AS prime? 2295.54. 2295.54 millimeters squared, no? So this is our total tension reinforcement. That is our total tension reinforcement. Our total compression reinforcement. Total compression bars. So if we're going to design our section, let's say I will use 28 mm bars. Gamit po tayo ng 28 mm bars, no? So let's calculate the 28, the amount of 28 mm bars. So how many 28 mm? So how many 28 mm bars? First, let's calculate for tension. For tension, that is N is equal to AS over area of the bar. So AS for tension, that is 6,590.77 divided by area of the bar, pi over 4, 28 squared. What's N? 10.7, say 11 bars. For compression, For compression, N will be equal to AS prime over area of the bar. That is 2295.54 over area of the bar, pi over 4, 28 squared. What's N? 3.73, say 4 bars. 4 bars, okay? So as you can see, we already designed our section. Maglalagay po tayo ng 11 bars on top, 11 bars at the bottom and the tension side, and 4 bars on the compression side, no? So we already designed, na-design po natin yung section. We already designed the section. Now, the last step is to analyze the section. Let's perform an analysis. Let's calculate the capacity based on our reinforcement. Let's calculate the capacity. We are going to perform the analysis approach. So analysis approach po tayo. So we on the bottom we are going to provide 11 diameter 28. At the top we are going to provide a 4 diameter 28. 4 diameter 28 and 11 diameter 28. So this is at the depth of 70. This is at the depth of 700. This is 350. So that is 350. So we have a compression block A, and we have a tension, a compression due to concrete, and then compression due to steel. Let's say this one, compression due to steel. And then we have the tension. So the first step in analysis, again, analysis na po tayo. No? The first step in analysis is to assume both AS and AS prime yielding. Assume po muna natin pareha silang yielding because that is the easiest calculation. So if they are both yielding, we equate compression is equal to tension. Compression po muna, CC plus CS is equal to tension. So the compression in concrete will be given as 0.85 of FC prime AB plus compression due to steel, that is AS prime. Take note, we have Fy minus 0.85 FC prime. We are assuming Fy because we said na assume both bars or both top and bottom yield. No? Kaya po tayo may Fy. We are using Fy is equal to AS Fy. Substituting the values, we have 0.85 of FC prime, that is 28. We don't know A. The B is 350 plus AS prime. AS prime, that is apat na 28 mm. So 4 pi over 4, 28 squared. Multiply by Fy, that is 420 minus 0.85 of FC prime, 28. Is equal to AS, that is 11 pi over 4, 28 squared, multiply by Fy, 420. You can now solve for A. What is the value of A? $224.36. And then you can now solve for C, the value of C. The value of C will be A over beta 1. That is 224.36 divided by beta 1. 263.95. And what will be the next step after solving for A and C? What will be the next step? You need to perform checking. Okay? Ganun po lagi kapag analysis approach. You need to perform checking. So first, Fs is equal to 600 D minus C over C. Fs is equal to 600. D is 700 minus 263.95. over 263.95. What is Fs? $991.21. So as you can see, this is greater than Fy, so yields. Okay, so we also need to check for Fs prime. Fs prime will be equal to 600 C minus D prime over C. So that will be 600 263.95 minus 70 over 263.95. What is our Fs prime? 440.88. And this is greater than 420, so again, yields. Yields po, yan, or yielding. If not yielding, you need to substitute 600 C minus D prime over C to the whole equation. Recalculate for value of A. So now that we are sure about our assumptions, we are sure that both of them yields, we can now calculate for our capacity. So calculating for the capacity, going back to our section. So we have AS at the bottom, AS and then AS prime. AS and AS prime. So this is our compression block. That is our compression block A. The depth of the compression bars is 70. The depth of the tension bars is 700. So we have compression due to concrete. This is tension. And then we have compression due to steel, CS. Okay. We are going to set the tension as our axis of rotation. This is our axis of rotation. And we are going to moment the remaining forces to this axis. Imo-moment po natin. So the distance of this is D minus A over 2. This one is D minus D prime. Okay? Taking the nominal moment capacity, Mn, that is equal to compression due to concrete multiplied by D minus A over 2 plus compression due to steel, that is D minus D prime. D minus D prime. Substituting the values, Mn, that is 0.85 of Fc prime AB multiplied by D minus A over 2 plus CS, that is AS prime multiplied by, again, because it is yielding po tayo. So Fy minus 0.85 of Fc prime multiplied by D minus D prime. So substitute the actual values, 0.85 of 28. Value of A is 224.36. With B is 350. This is 350 multiplied by the distance, that is 700 minus A over 2. 224.36 over 2 plus AS prime, that is 4 pi over 4, 28 squared. Fy, that is 420 minus 0.85 of 28 multiplied by D minus D prime. 700 minus 70. What is our nominal moment capacity? $1713.37. 1713.37 kilonewton meter. And then to calculate for the ultimate moment, we need to calculate for the reduction factor. The reduction factor is dependent on the strain. So we need to solve for strain, that is 0.003 D minus C over C. Strain is 0.003. Effective depth is 700 minus C. That is 263.95 over 263.95. So what is our still strain? (0.00496). So this is still less than 0.005. So this is transition. Transition. Okay? So calculating for the phi factor for transition, 0.65 plus 0.25 of strain steel minus strain yield strain over 0.005 minus yield strain. So first, let's calculate for yield strain. That is 420 over 200,000. So this is 0.0021, if I'm not mistaken. Tama po. 0.0021. So substituting the values to calculate for phi, that is 0.25 of strain 0.00496 minus 0.0021 over 0.005 minus 0.0021. What is our phi factor? 0.89897. Calculating for mu, that is phi mn. Our mu now will be phi, which is 0.897 multiplied by mn 1713.37. What is mu? 1536.89. 1536.89. So that is analysis approach, no? We already calculated for the capacity of our section. So if we are going to compare it with our design moment, our mu is equal to 1536.89. And this is greater than our design moment. We need to design our section according to our problem. We need to design it with 1,500. So that means na na-design po natin siya ng maayos because the capacity is greater than the ultimate moment. So that means the design is adequate. The design is adequate. If the question is asking, if the question will ask you, what is the demand over capacity ratio? What is the demand over capacity ratio? The demand will be the applied moment, 1,500, over the capacity, 1536.89. What is our DC ratio? 0.98. Or if I'm going to ask regarding the percentage, this is in percentage multiplied by 100, 98. Nawala na po yung decimal. Okay, sige. Anyway, 98%. Take note kapag sa exam po, huwag kayo nagra-round off, ano? Only at the final answer kayo mag-round off. So always use stored value when it comes to quizzes and exams. This is 97.60. Are we clear with this problem po? Any question regarding the design? We already calculate yung 11 bars and 4 bars po. Any question? Did we get the idea po? Nakuha natin yung mismong concept? Did we get the concept here? Again, summary lang po natin yung ginawa natin, no? The first step is to calculate for the maximum single reinforced beam. You calculate for AS1, rho BD, calculating rho 5, then you calculate for MN1, 1093.69, and you can calculate for the excess moment since 1,500 yung in-apply mo, 1,093 lang yung kaya ni SRB. So, meron kang na sumobra na 572.98. Yung 572, ito yung i-resist ni compression. So, that is why this one, that is the nominal moment, Mn2 is equal to AS2, Fy d minus d prime. You can solve for AS2. So, once you solve for AS2, you can solve for the total tension reinforcement, AS1 plus AS2. Then, you solve for the compression steel, by equating CS is equal to T2. So you can now get the compression bars. After you solve for the compression bars, you can now decide if how many bars should be put in your section. Kung ilang bars po ilalagay natin. Okay? This is the analysis approach. Analysis approach naman po, compression equals tension lang. Again, for analysis approach, that is just compression equals tension. So let's answer this next problem. Compute the design moment strength of the section. This is analysis approach, no? We have the beam width, effective depth, steel cover, bottom bars, and top bars. So first, we have the beam width. The beam width is 450. The effective depth is 650. And the top bars is at 70 millimeters. 70. Okay? So we have the compression due to steel. Then we have the compression block. The compression block. So again, compression due to concrete, and then compression due to steel, and then the tension at the bottom. So the first step to do here, again, in analysis approach is to assume both AS and AS prime yields. Assume both of them yields. So, and then compression is equal to tension. The compression is CC plus CS is equal to tension. Compression due to concrete plus compression due to steel is equal to tension. The compression due to concrete is 0.85 FC prime AB plus compression due to steel, that is AS prime, multiplied by Fy minus 0.85 FC prime is equal to tension, that is ASFY. Okay, ASFY. Substituting the values, we have 0.85 of FC prime, that is 21. We don't know the value of A. The B is 450 plus AS prime, that is at the top bars, 3 pi over 4, 28 squared. Fy, that is 420 minus 0.85 of FC prime is equal to ASFY. AS is, let me just draw it here. We have 436 diameter 36. This one is 3 diameter 28. No? So at the bottom bars, we have 4 pi over 4, 36 squared, multiplied by Fy 420. Calculating for the value of A. What's the value of A? 120.41. And since we have the value of A, we can calculate for the value of C, that is A over beta 1. 120.41 over 0.85. This is, what's the value? 141.66. 141.66. Then the next step will be to check. The next step will be checking. So checking po tayo, no? Checking if the steel really yields. So checking. So for tension po muna, for tension, our Fs is equal to 600 D minus C over C. So that is Fs is equal to 600. Our effective depth is 650 minus C, that is 141.66 over 141.66. What is our Fs? 2,153.07, and this is greater than 420, so we are sure that that is yield. That is yielding. On the other hand, for compression, our Fs prime is equal to 600 C minus D prime over C. So Fs prime is equal to 600. C is 141.66 minus D prime 70 over 141.66. What is our Fs prime? 303.52. And 303.52 is less than 420. So this is not yield. What are we going to do kapag po not yield? What are we going to do kapag not yield? We need to recalculate for A, or recompute for A. We need to recalculate for A because not yielding, no? So we are now going to consider not yield conditions. So compression due to concrete plus compression due to steel is equal to tension. So compression due to concrete, that is 0.85 of Fc prime AB plus CS, that is AS prime. Now we are not going to use Fy. Ang gagamitin po natin Fs prime minus 0.85 Fc prime is equal to AS. For tension, for tension steel, since it is yielding, Fy pa din. Kasi nag-yield naman yun eh. So kung yielding po yung tension steel, Fy ka pa din. Okay? Fy ka pa din sa tension steel. Substituting the values, we know that A, we can change that to beta 1C. Pwede po nating palitan na beta 1C. Yung Fs prime, we are going to change that as 600 C minus D prime over C. Tama? So substituting that, we have 0.85 of Fc prime beta 1C B plus AS prime. Fs prime, that is 600 C minus D prime over C. So minus 0.85 of Fc prime minus 0.85 of Fc prime is equal to AS Fy. So the only unknown here is value of C. So we can substitute the value now. 0.85 of Fc prime, that is 28. Not 28. 21. Beta 1 is 0.85. C, we don't know C. B is 450 plus AS prime. This is AS prime. AS prime is 3 pi over 4, 36 squared. 3 pi over 4, 28 squared. Multiply by 600. C minus 70 over C minus 0.85 of Fc prime 21 is equal to ASFY, that is AS is apat na 36, 4 pi over 4, 36 squared, multiplied by Fy 420. So what's the value of C? what I suggest is you stored value, no? You store some values. 162.77. 162.77 millimeters. And once you calculate for C, you can also calculate for A. A is equal to beta 1C, and that is 0.85 of 162.77. What's the value of A? What's the value of A? 138.35. Yes, that is 600. 600. I'm just going to substitute it directly. We have 650. 650 minus C, that is 162.77 over 162.77. So what is our FS? Stress intention steel. What's the value now? 1796.02. And this is greater than 420, so still yield. Still yields. Still yields. For Fs prime, calculating for Fs prime, that is 600. That is 162.77 minus 70 over 162.77. What is our Fs prime now? We have 341.97, which is less than 420. So this is not yield. Correct assumption. Okay. So we have a correct value of A. So we are correct with our assumption. So let's calculate our capacity. We can now calculate for the capacity. We have AS and then AS prime. This is the value of, this is the depth of the compression block, A. So we have compression due to concrete and then compression due to steel. And this is our tension force. This will be our axis of rotation. This is our axis of rotation. So the distance from the compression of concrete to the tension force, that is D minus A over 2. This is D minus D prime. Okay? So calculating for the nominal moment, Mn is equal to compression due to concrete multiplied by D minus A over 2 plus compression due to steel multiplied by D minus D prime. So now our compression due to concrete is 0.85 FC prime AB multiplied by D minus A over 2. Our CS is AS prime. We are not going to use FY because our CS is not yield. Hindi po siya nag-yield. So what you're going to use here is Fs prime minus 0.85 of Fc prime multiplied by D minus D prime. Okay? So calculating for moment, nominal moment, that is 0.85 of Fc prime. What is our Fc prime? 21. The value of A is 138.35 multiplied by B, that is 450. Effective depth is 650 minus 138.35 over 2 plus AS prime. Our AS prime is 328 mm bars, so 3 pi over 4, 28 squared, multiply by, what is the Fs prime na gagamitin po natin? What is the Fs prime that we are going to use? What is our Fs prime na gagamitin po? Mr. Timothy Mandiklik. Timothy? King Steve. Yes, Timothy. What is the Fs prime po na gagamitin natin? What is the Fs prime that we are going to use? What is Fs prime? 341.97. The calculated Fs prime because you are not yield. Hindi ka nga po yield, no? So 341.97, so you are not allowed to use 420, so you use 341.97. Minus 0.85 of Fc prime, that is 21. Multiply by D minus D prime, 650 minus 70. So what is our Mn? What is our Mn? $992.73. So after this, we need to calculate for the reduction factor. Our reduction factor is dependent on the strain. So calculating the strain, that is 0.003 D minus C over C. So that is 0.003. The effective depth is 650 minus C, which is 162.77 over 162.77. What is our still strain? 0.00898. And this is greater than 0.005. So what can we say about our section? This is tension controlled. If our section is tension controlled, your phi factor is 0.9. You can now calculate for MU. MU is PMN. Our phi factor or reduction factor is 0.9 multiplied by nominal moment, that is 992.73. What is our ultimate moment? 893.46 kilonewton meter. Okay, so that's how you deal with problems with compression steel not yielding. Kapag po hindi yield, you just change the equation to 600 C minus D prime over C. Any question about this problem? Any question po? Any question about doubly reinforced? Any question about doubly reinforced po?